Yes, welcome back to KIIS FM. Kate Langbroek's on the air.
We missed you, Kate.
Darling.
Hello, you two.
You know, Kate, I have been following your journey with such admiration.
Weren't we jealous at the beginning? Oh, she gets to go and live in Italy. Oh, you were the envy of
Hang
all
on,
broadcasters.
Kyle, it sounds like at some point the jealousy ended.
It
Why
did.
would that be?
I don't know. It's something to do with COVID and locked into a plane. I felt for you.
I just thought it was so wonderful that you did something like that. Most of us would never have the guts to pack up the kids, pack up our leave jobs.
Throw it all in for a better life.
Just for something like
a roll of the dice.
Yes, and what a snake eyes. Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
well,
was.
but it's something you'll never forget as a family, I think.
Jax, you know what? That's so weird that you say that, because when we were trying to move the six of us to Italy,
Yep.
for people who don't know, that's what we did.
Everyone knows.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it
I
was
think so.
highly
Anyway,
covered in
Yeah, it
Daily
was.
Mail.
Anyway, I would say, and it was so hard, like everything is difficult, and Italy's like famously difficult with like bureaucracy and paperwork and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And Australia is very fond of paperwork as well, as we know.
We do
Yeah.
love it.
So it was so hard. I would keep saying to Peter, my husband, but people do this all the time. It's possible. People do it all the time. And then a girlfriend of mine said, why do you say people do this all the time? Like, I don't know anybody who's ever done this.
Me neither, actually.
Yeah,
Not one
no.
person.
And I think that's why we were looking at you going, wow, what a courageous thing to do.
A trailblazer, really.
In retrospect, yes. But at the time, I seemed to think that this was just something, you know, because so many people, we talk about it and we dream about it. I think I just conflated that with people actually doing it. Mate, I heartily recommend it. But
Really?
I also think you could just take a 3-month extended, just go for the summer.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
know?
when you first did it,
Yeah.
let's forget about the COVID part. That was
Yes,
unexpected.
yes.
How
But
could you
I
forget that was the
was
main part?
unexpected.
That would have been so difficult. But I would live for your posts and live vicariously through you, and it just looked so great every time you'd be going out to this little great restaurant with this
it was
wonderful
beautiful.
food. Was it
Envious.
everything you imagined? Was it was as great as what we?
beyond what I imagined, because I'd only been to Italy twice before we moved there, and on holidays, so once for 2 weeks and once for 3 weeks, and none of us speak Italian, none of us has got family there.
You know nobody.
No
you know
connection.
no one.
So it could have been an absolute disaster, but it ended up being the greatest thing we've ever done in our lives, and we've done quite a few good things.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, because I was thinking, like, after the envy wore off, and then we were, because I was thinking, when you just said then, you'll never forget, I reckon the bit you'll never forget the most is when you ran out of toilet paper over there and you had to wipe your own ass with your own hand.
Oh, Kyle, they have the bidet over there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Yes.
they've got the bottom
Oh, I
bath.
love the bidet.
That's why when people here were losing their minds, so you were like 2 weeks after us in the
Yes.
COVID cycle,
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks, and you know all that madness about toilet paper. They never had that in Italy, I guess because they were like, we've got the bath for our bottom.
Yeah.
We don't need the paper, because I think they consider that a bit barbaric that we do that.
Oh, really?
Oh, do they not generally use toilet paper?
No, they do, but it's not considered enough.
Oh, they do both.
They do both.
Very, very
they
nice.
blast their bottom hole out with a hose.
Oh, really? Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
I always
you.
thought, you know, the first time I ever saw a bidet was at a fancy person's house. I was only young. My parents and us were visiting, and I thought it was a drink fountain next to the toilet. I turned the
you
tap on, it
walked
went like a bubbler. It went up, and I was like, oh, a drink. How fancy, a drink fountain in the toilet.
Because often you do get thirsty.
I mean, really, how long are you guys on there for?
Very
while.
common. You know, men love to take their time, whereas
Yeah.
girls are like cats. We're just in and out and discreet. And put a little pile of dirt over it afterwards. But people often think a bidet is a foot bath.
Yes, I've heard that as well.
And the other thing, when we got to Italy, there's always like towels of a certain size, and I was like, how thoughtful, they've given me a hair towel and a girl for when you get out of the shower, just the perfect size for wrapping around your hair. And one of my friends said, that's not a hair towel, that's a bidet towel. You don't use that for anything except your private part.
Oh, is
hang
that
on.
right?
It's a cloth towel that
It's
you
a
want.
cloth towel.
Wow, like a
Yeah.
nappy.
No,
No,
like a towel, mate.
just a towel.
Yeah, but
You
like
don't wrap yourself in it and waddle around all day going to one of your kinky parties, Carl. I don't know how you roll.
No, I meant like an old terry toweling nappy,
Yeah.
sort of like a little.
Yeah,
Oh, I see. Yes,
yeah.
like an
Old school.
old-fashioned nappy.
Wow,
Yeah.
like a face washer for your asshole.
Okay, we've established it.
Wow.
Jax, does he always say asshole?
Yes, he does,
Does he?
Kate. Yes,
Why?
yes. I don't know. It's something in him. He's never actually progressed beyond 16.
No, listen. If I'm just talking about an ass, I'm talking about the cheeks.
Yes.
But if I had to
enough.
narrow it into a...
No, you don't need to.
We
I
all know.
understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. That's what Kate's saying.
Right.
We all know. You don't have to spell
Well,
that
look, you
out.
highbrow too, you know, but what about the rest of us?
I don't know why bidets aren't bigger here. Like, they must come here and go, where's the bidet?
You must have one in your house. You've
I
got
don't.
a very fancy house.
Nobody has bidets
All
here,
that
I
money
don't
and not a
think.
bidet to be seen.
Sometimes, no, they're really rare.
Wow.
My husband's quite a fan, although he likes the Asian ones with the hose that you were talking about, whereas ours in Italy were just like literally a bath that you would fill, a sink that you would fill up, and then apparently you lower your bottom.
Oh.
What?
So your undercarriage is all wet.
Yes,
No wonder you need
the
the
towel.
towel.
Right, the
hair towel.
I got it. It's a real different world.
All right, you know, this is for people who are listening who think this is gross, but it's true. When you're travelling, things always come down to your ablutions. It's always basics. You know, when you're travelling with a group of people, it's always how did you sleep
Yep.
and how were your bodily functions.
Yes, that's right. Always.
That's true. They do get a bit out of whack, don't they, when you travel?
Yeah, and also it's monitoring how you're generally travelling through life.
Yes.
Isn't it?
And how are you feeling now you're back?
Oh, Jax, I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Why?
Well, because we had such a quiet life over there, especially we were in lockdown for 6 months.
Yeah.
The quietest you could ever imagine.
And we got sort of quite used to it. And then when we've come back, like there's so many people that we're so happy to see, but I'm working and the kids had to start school and we've come back to the house and every doorknob's dropped off and we don't have a handyman and we don't have a cleaner and we don't have babysitters and we don't, like we're still trying to do everything.
It's like restarting all over again, isn't it?
It sort of is, but I'm going to do a mental stock take.
What's that?
Of
what do you do
people.
there?
What does that even
Go
mean?
through the inventory.
Going to do a friend cull.
Is that what you call it?
A friend cull,
Are
yeah.
you culling friends?
Well, there's just, well, you know, being away for 2 years, you get really good clarity on people.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, wow, really?
Amazing clarity. I wasn't expecting this, where you just sort of go, and it's not really, it's not good or bad, it's just clarity. So for some people, you just like, your heart is just bursting with joy at seeing them, and other people, you're sort of like, yeah, nah.
Yeah. Hi, Mum. Hi,
Exactly.
Dad. Don't want to know you again. You and I, we're done.
They were thinking that a little bit, I think. Anyway, it's all very interesting. It's like I thought the journey was over, but the journey's still going on.
And how are you going on 3 o'clock pickup there with the anti-vaxxer and the funny one?
Oh, hello. Who's the anti-vaxxer?
Well, actually, I don't think she is an anti-vaxxer, is she?
Are you
Who-
talking
are
about
you talking
Yumi?
Yumi, like I
don't
just
know
think
if
she
she is
looks
or
like an
isn't.
anti-vaxxer, but I
Because she
think
looks cool.
she's so cool. Like,
Yeah,
but she's
she's
been
cool.
cool forever. Remember,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I always, when she was working at Channel V, I was always like, oh, she's really good presenter and she knows everything about music, and I just thought she's too cool for me to talk to. I ignored her.
Right.
I ignored her.
I think you're intimidated by
I was.
her.
No, I
was.
don't know anyone that can harbour their initial response to someone for decades the way you can, Carl Sandilands. You have the memory of an elephant, and that's all.
Yeah, I
There's
was imagining-
no other
I think
similarities.
there might be. but I even see her here in the building, and I see her, and I go, oh, hey, like I've never, like I like her a
Yeah,
lot,
right.
but I've left it too long to know her. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I've known Yumi for a long time. I don't even know how, but you know what you have in common with her?
What?
She also likes to say asshole.
Does
she
she?
was talking she said to us the other day on the show, I still have to wipe my son's asshole. I'm like, that's a bit
Graphic.
How old's the
Yes.
son? He's not like 17 or anything. Is he? Only a littly.
Well, it's traditional they require assistance, but maybe not that part of the vocabulary.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair. So you're quite a so you're a very funny woman, and you seem to be anything goes. But you are a little bit. You're a little bit reserved in some areas.
So I'm a bit. But I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. Maybe it's because of that.
Oh, I didn't know you were Joe Wood.
No.
Yeah, JW.
Wow.
Watch Sharon awake. Watch Sharon awake. And then you say we've got our own religion and slam the door on me.
That's right. No, Mum used to make me hide. I always thought like we're being invaded by another country or something. Mum would be like,
Get on the ground.
The blinds would be pulled and she'd be like, shush. And we'd lay on the lounge room floor. I don't know why we're laying on the lounge room floor. And they'd be like,
so unusual that you would get visitors, that your first thought is we're being invaded by another country.
But listen, I didn't live in the best place. We lived right next to the railway line in Brisbane, and my bedroom was about 1.5 metres from the trains whizzing past.
I've had that before too.
Oh, what a shocker.
Right on the train line.
Have you?
It's fun. Yeah.
How did a couple of housos do so well is what I want to know.
Kate, we were talking earlier
Scum
about...
always rises to the top.
Thank you, Kate.
We were talking about hacks before, Kate, and they said that you have a really good hack about garlic and not getting the garlic smell on your fingers.
So this is the simplest thing. You know that thing when you've been cooking, you wouldn't know this, Carl.
No.
But when you've been cooking with garlic, often the smell is like under your fingernails, like it's impregnated you, so that even when you go to sleep that night, if you put your hand under your face on the pillow, there's this terrible smell.
Ugh.
It seeps into the pores.
All you have to do is pick up a knife, like a stainless steel cooking knife, hold it under cold water, running water, and run your fingers up and down the blade, obviously. Yeah.
Oh, do we have to read out the
knife.
lifeline number after this hack? I hope not. I hate having to read that out all the time.
Anyway, it totally gets rid of the smell. Also, your fingers. It gets rid of your fingers. It also gets rid of the smell.
Wait, do you do that before you peel or after you peel?
When you're totally done chopping, peeling, whatever. It works with onion as well.
So you don't even have to use soap. You're saying you can literally just run your fingers across this.
You run your fingers for like 15 seconds up and down. Anything stainless steel. You could use tongs, I imagine.
A dog bowl? Could you use a dog water bowl?
Is it stainless steel?
Of course. Yes, it is.
I don't know what your dog sucks from.
Mine has actually got a gold and leather bowl. But would that work? Yeah, would that work?
Well, no.
No, it has to be stainless steel. She was quite clear about that.
I think it's just gold plated. I'm not sure.
You just wanted to get out that you had a gold and leather dog bowl.
I did. You know me so well. What a poser I am.
Oh, I love it.
Well, look,
you're very rock.
Grounded.
Carl.
Yeah, grounded.
You're very rock. You live large.
Let me say, welcome home. It's great to see you back. I love that you're back here on the radio.
I'm very excited that you're back with us.
That's lovely. I'm very happy to speak to you.
Because I've always liked you, and when you're on other stations, I feel like...
we don't like it when you meet us. Yeah.
No, I just feel like I can't listen when you're on another station because I feel like I'm cheating on my own station. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I had a debate the other day about whether or I like one of my friends' Instagram posts who are now doing a breakfast show up against you.
Oh, I don't like that. He rang me, you know. He rang me out.
Oh, I love Hugh.
He rang me out and he goes,
and you love Hugh too.
I do love Hugh.
What's going to happen?
Nothing. Because he rang me before he took the job and he said, "Nah, look, I mean, not opportunities come up, and I don't want any trouble between you and me. I'm just trying to earn a living and stuff, you know." And I was like, "What do you mean? Are you taking the Today FM job?" And he went, "Yeah, well, you know." And I was like, "Just do it." Like I said, there's no hassle. He goes, "I just don't want any trouble." You know? And I said, "There's no trouble. Like you and I are good. We got no." But I thought it was lovely for him to ask permission.
Yes. I don't think he was asking permission. He did. Everyone approaches the Godfather when they want to do something in this town.
They need the nod. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
otherwise, trouble happens.
No one wants trouble.
No one wants trouble.
There'll be no trouble.
No, not from me anyway.
No.
Sometimes I choose trouble.
Do you?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes, you two are very alike in that way.
That's why you and I could never work opposite each other, Kate.
Oh,
we just wouldn't.
no.
Where's the handbrake? Well, I need Jackie here.
I don't think she's a handbrake.
I'm not a handbrake. God, don't call me a handbrake.
That's a terrible thing to
call me a slut, but don't call me a handbrake.
What? Are they your only two choices, Jackie?
I'm just thinking of things, something I wouldn't want to be called.
Do you know what you're like? You're like a cloud.
I thought you were going to say clown. I was going to say, look, I don't like the orange lipstick either, but certainly not a clown.
No, she's like a clown.
Why?
Well, because you're sort of you're light enough, but there's also something in you.
I can be heavy too.
Hasn't been
Yeah,
in
like
there
you've
for a
got
while.
some rain in you,
Rain,
you've got some something,
thunder,
but you
yeah.
stop the sun being too bright, and you just, I love you. I think
Stop
you're
the
beautiful.
sun from being too bright.
I think
Yeah.
that sounds like an insult.
Oh no, too bright.
You're blocking the sun in general.
Yeah, that's what that means. Yeah. You're like an eclipse.
Yeah. You bring darkness to this
No,
show.
I just think you're sort of light and fluffy and beautiful, but not without texture.
Thank
Now,
you.
Oh, that
Thank
sounds
you.
like
Very
a,
nice.
That sounds like a bit of material for sale at Spotlight, but we'll accept it as a compliment.
I love it. No, Kate, we are so pleased you're back with us at KIIS, and we can hear you on the 3 p.m. pickup every day,
yes.
right? Or was it every day?
No, I'm Wednesday to Fridays, except when Monts is about to have her baby,
Oh,
you'll
which
go-
is very soon.
Oh, she's nearly ready to pop, is she?
Oh, she's
Yeah.
beyond ready.
There's a funny woman too, Monty. Wow.
Yes, I love her.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's
She's good.
adorable.
Yeah.
What a
Very
fun
beautiful.
trio you guys are.
Oh, we're having fun.
Do you
It's
love
really
working
good.
3 days a week?
Oh, Jax, do you know it's been my dream to job share for like a long time? But I'm like you, because I've been doing it for a long time, no one would job share with me.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
People are like, "Oh my God, I can't job share with Jackie," because on the days that I'm not Jackie, people won't listen as much, or whatever their reasoning is. They won't
Right.
Yeah.
job share with me. Finally, I found people to job share.
Isn't that
we were
good?
talking about that the other day,
I mean,
weren't we, Kyle?
Carl's been job sharing for years. Let's
Yeah.
face it.
I'm
He just
here-
calls it himself.
I'm here most of the time. I'm here
He
most
is
of the
now,
time.
Kate. You'd be really impressed.
What's happened?
Oh, I don't know. We've
Well-
seen a change in Kyle.
Yeah.
I must say, you look good.
Well, I
He's
think I
eating really
realised
healthy.
that my sick day. So you know how you get some sick days every year.
Yes.
I think I realised my accountant told me that I
Use them up
went
all
over
before February.
all before February.
Yeah,
and
right.
Then the fine system that they put in place here for me.
Oh.
Because you know they run this joint like a regime.
Well, if
Yeah,
you
but
don't,
they have to with
Yeah.
you.
They
You see, we
do.
don't. Jackie and I don't have a fine.
No.
Only you've got a fine
Yeah.
because you need a disincentive.
Yeah, so I need a
to
naughty
not
corner.
take. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, when I realised that about $250,000 had been pissed away for nothing.
Really.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You would have been. Yep, you would have missed
What was
out on
that?
a lot of money.
An extra day you took off.
Yeah, just the one day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But here, I feel good. I'm healthy. I'm well. You look well, Jackie. You look all right.
Thanks.
Yeah, pretty good.
You're a lucky man, Carl
I know.
Sandilands. I hope you treat her like a queen.
I do.
He
No,
does
no.
actually. He
Did
does.
I open the door for
He
you every
opens
day?
the door for me every day, and if
does
he's not
he?
close enough, I'll just stand there and wait until
Yep.
he does open the door.
Which door is this, by the way?
The
Back
fire
door.
escape.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
Right.
sorry.
Oh, we've returned to
Yeah.
his
We
natural
have.
territory.
Come full circle.
Here
back.
we have. All right, you
Kate Langbroek,
assholes.
nice to see you, honey.
Thanks, Kate.
Love
Thanks.
ya.
Welcome
Love you
home.
too.